There's 2 reasons why you're stuck, 2 reasons why you're shit, 2 reasons why you're unhappy, 2 reasons why you're not where you want to be. This could be not just in fitness, but I found that a lot of the kind of things that I've learned within fitness also translates to a lot of other areas. And I say that there's 2 main reasons, but those 2 reasons can also add up to make a 3rd reason. Now, before I go on any further, a little bit of a rant about Pure Gym. But not just Pure Gym specifically, most commercial gyms under this same brush. And for the most part, they are a shit place to train. Bullshit. The environment sucks, the tunes are shite, the equipment's always getting hogged, and even most of the PTs don't have a fucking Scooby what they're doing in there. Anyway, it's not a rant about PTs, but it's a rant about the environment themselves. And there's 2 main things that I've found as to why people are stuck, unhappy, bored, out of shape, whatever it is. And one of these things is not working hard enough. Now, that first reason, not working hard enough, is pretty huge, and the reason why I say that is because I've been conducting some covert operations. Some covert operations inside the likes of Pure Gyms or JD Gyms, and I've been doing the odd session here and there, purely out of handiness, because that's what a lot of these gyms are. They're cheap, they're handy, they're easy to get to, they're in convenient places, like there's one right next to my flat. And when I go, quite a lot of times I don't even take my headphones, because I'm so used to just being able to plug my phone into the speakers in this gym, and you have a selection of music. It doesn't even really bother me that much. But when you go into that environment and kind of in between sets, you're like kind of scanning about and you're seeing what's happening, and for the most part, what I see, again, for the most part, I'm not saying everybody, don't get all fucking butthurt. I train in a Pure Gym and I work really hard. Shut the fuck up, this isn't about you. But I'll look about and there'll be people sitting with their legs crossed on the bench in between sets, scrolling on their phone, legit like that, just fucking sitting there. And that is the exact same type of person that will go,
oh, I'm not happy where I'm at, or I'm making no gains, or I need to change my program, I need to do whatever.
Like, you get people that just aren't simply working hard enough and they're frustrated with the lack of progress. Well, no wonder. Work harder. Or the second reason why people are unhappy, people are stuck, people are unmotivated, whatever it is because they're not doing it for long enough. A lot of these kind of types of people that are struggling to make the progress is that they maybe do go into the gym, they do kind of work as hard, or they might seem that they're working hard, they might feel they're working hard, but they just don't do it for long enough. They'll do it for a week, they'll do it for 3 days, they might do it for 6 weeks. But then what do? They take fucking 3 weeks off. It's going to take you 2 weeks to get back to where you were. Then you'll train for another 2 weeks, make a tiny bit of progress, and then you'll take another 3 weeks off again. And those 2 kind of reasons combine together to make a kind of 3rd reason, even though there's kind of only really 2 reasons behind it. And that's that you need to work fucking hard, and you need to do it for a long time. Those are the 2 crucial things to get whatever it is that you want. Now, the reason why I'm linking this back to Pure Gym is just because I made this observation when I was training in there. And what I've found from my experience being a PT, working in commercial gyms, I worked in a commercial gym for a number of years before working into CrossFit, working in CrossFit gyms, and then private PT studios like this and online, that from my experience, this is anecdotal, you might think otherwise, from my experience, people that tend to train in non-commercial gyms tend to train harder. There tends to be a little bit more of an atmosphere about the place, there tends to be more of a buzz about the place, there tends to be people who are just more serious about their training. But these gyms also are at mercy of the market, they're at mercy of whatever's going on, so they typically tend to be about £10–20 per month dearer. Now, for me, for someone who's serious about making progress, that investment seems like a bit of a no-brainer. If you're dicing up between a £25 per month gym membership and £45 per month gym membership, the one that's £45 per month is probably going to be a little bit better for you, and the reason for that is because it's maybe going to have better equipment, it's maybe going to have people who are in there who are actually motivating, it's maybe going to have people who are in there who you aspire to want to be. A really good example of this is the 2 gyms that I've had experience training in next to my flat. One's Future Fitness, the other one's Pure Gym. Those 2 are 100 metres apart, same clientele, live in the same area, 2 wildly different gyms. Now, it doesn't mean that one's littered with fucking everybody's a bodybuilder. I mean, don't get me wrong, there are some in there, but you go in and there's just a certain atmosphere, a certain sort of tone that happens within that gym. And for me, someone who's serious about making progress, it's more of an enjoyable place to train. Now, don't get me wrong, my favourite type of place to train is in this environment. And again, I don't want to say, and I don't want this video to come across as me bashing anybody going to the gym, because anybody that steps foot inside the Pure Gym or whatever, I hope I don't get sued. Any of these types of commercial gyms, they deserve ultimate praise for the fact that they're fucking actually going there, they're actually working. In essence, they're doing the hardest bit is just walking inside the fucking walls of a gym. For most people, for a lot, that's the hardest thing. But once you're in, other things then apply. You need to do the things properly, you need to work hard, you need to do it for a long enough period of time. And what I've found that makes this a whole lot easier is the environment that you're in. Maybe most people watching have kind of found themselves in an uncomfortable working environment. They maybe had a shit job in the past, a shit boss, shit manager, and it just makes the work shit. Whereas you can have the same shit job, but the people you work with are sound, the manager's fucking sound, boss is sound. You're like, that job was class. I've had jobs that paid me £5 an hour that I fucking loved doing back in the day, and I had jobs that paid like £25 an hour that were fucking awful, god awful. So it's up to you. For me, I know where's going to be best for my progress, but training environment is huge. And if you're serious about making gains, you do everything to avoid commercial gyms if possible. And for me, it's worth it to spend that little bit more time, that little bit more money to go to a place where you're actually gonna be surrounded and inspired. Because let me tell you something, there's absolutely fucking nothing inspiring sitting next to a dork, his legs crossed for 10 minutes in between sets. Again, don't get butt hurt 'cause I'm calling someone I don't know a dork. I'm speaking generally. That's my take on pure gyms. That's my take on commercial gyms. A little bit of a bonus round. You'll see people inside commercial gyms going from kit to kit, bit to bit, place to place, not going to failure, not doing anything. And the number one thing that they're probably lacking, other than working hard and working for long enough, as a plan and as a program. So if you're the type of person that's stuck inside a commercial gym, that's stuck inside a pure gym with no direction, no clear plan and no clear objective as to what you want to try and do, click on the link below, plug in your email, and I'm going to send you a free 4-week plan that's going to give you some clear direction, some clear focus that can take your mind off the shit that you're kind of surrounded in. Hopefully that sounds fair enough. If you want to find out more about any of the products I offer, the services I do, the coaching I provide, click any of the links below. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace!